On the Way to the Sun. Hi everyone. Welcome to our video on the Way to the Sun story. Today, we will learn about a remarkable journey of someone who follows their dreams, overcoming challenges and finding inspiration along the way. Hello everyone. Today, we will practice listening and speaking skills with On the Way to the Sun topic. The story tells about an inspiring journey where someone follows their dreams, overcoming challenges to reach their ultimate goal. Now, let's begin our listening and speaking practice. Chapter 1. The Curious Cat. Luna was a small, Zara cat with big green eyes. She lived in a cozy house with the Miller family. There was Mr. Miller, Mrs. Miller, and their two children, Tom and Lily. Luna loved her family very much, but most of all, Luna loved sunbeams. Every morning, when the sun came up, Luna would find her favorite spot. It was always a place where warm, bright sunlight touched the floor. She would lie there, eyes closed, and purr very loudly. The sun felt so good on her fur. She would stretch and stretch, like a tiny acrobat with soft white paws. She was a very curious cat, too. Luna loved to explore. She often looked out the window at the big bright thing in the sky, the sun. What was it? How could it shine so brightly? She would watch it as it moved slowly across the sky. It always seemed so far away. One day, Luna decided that she wanted to visit the sun. She thought, if I can reach the sun, I can have sunbeams all the time. She looked up at the sun and reached her paw up as high as she could. She stretched and stretched, wiggling her toes and curling her tail. It was no use. The sun was still very, very far away. Luna was a bit sad. It looked like she could not reach the sun by stretching, but she was not a cat who gave up easily. She would find a way to visit the sun, one way or another. Chapter 2. The Talking Star. After trying to reach the sun, Luna felt tired. She found her favorite sunny spot and curled up for a nap. As she drifted off to sleep, Luna began to dream. In her dream, Luna found herself in a dark, starry place. But unlike the other stars, one was shining extra bright and seemed to be winking at her. Suddenly, the star began to speak. "Hello, Luna," the star said in a soft, twinkling voice. "My name is Stella. I'm a star, just like all the others, but I like to talk to cats." Luna was very surprised. "A talking star? Hello, Stella," she answered, her voice a little shy. "I want to visit the sun. Is that possible?" Stella chuckled, a sound like tiny bells tinkling. "The sun? Oh, my dear Luna, that is a very, very long journey. It's much farther than you can imagine. But how can I get there?" Luna asked, her ears perked. Stella floated closer. "Well, traveling to the sun is not like jumping out of bed. It requires special tools." Then, with a twinkle, Stella made a tiny, shiny object appear in her paw, a spacesuit. It was a sparkly silver suit, perfectly sized for Luna. It even had a small helmet. "This is a spacesuit. It will keep you warm and safe in space." "Wow," Luna gasped. The spacesuit glimmered in the starlight, catching her eye. "This is a gift for you, Luna," Stella said. "It will protect you on your journey. Space can be very cold, and there is no air to breathe. "This is a gift for you, Luna," Stella said. "It will protect you on your journey. Space can be very cold, and there is no air to breathe." Stella began to explain. "To travel in space, you need to wear a helmet so you can breathe, because there's no air like here on Earth. Your spacesuit will keep you warm too. You will need something to float on, like a rocket. Space is a very big place, and it takes a long time to travel between the planets. Also, there are many things in space, such as the planets and asteroids. The sun is not a place you can touch. It's a huge ball of fire. It gives light and warmth to all the planets, but it's too hot for anyone to land on it." Luna listened carefully, her eyes wide with amazement. A rocket, a spacesuit, and other planets? She couldn't wait to see them all. She was ready for this adventure. Even though the sun was too hot to visit, she knew she could go on an awesome adventure. Chapter 3: Preparing for Takeoff. Luna woke up with a start, stretching and yawning. The sun was shining brightly through the window again. She looked around, wondering if the dream was real. Then she saw it. Tucked beside her paw was the tiny, shiny spacesuit. She carefully picked it up. It felt smooth and lightweight. She knew that Stella's gift was not just a dream. She was getting her wish, going to the sun. Now, Luna had to prepare for her big adventure. First, she knew she would need food. She went to the kitchen and took some of her favorite treats, crunchy tuna flakes and yummy catnip snacks. She also found her little water dish from the sink and took it to her spot. That was good enough for her. "I don't need a lot of food or water. I travel quickly," she thought. Next, she grabbed some of her best toys: her squeaky mouse, her favorite ball, and a fluffy toy bird. "They can come along and enjoy the trip," she thought. She knew space could be lonely, and her toys could come along as her friends. Then, Luna remembered what Stella had said about the helmet. She found it with her spacesuit. It looked like a tiny, clear bubble. It would keep her safe. Carefully, she put on the spacesuit, wiggling her legs and fitting her tail through the hole. The suit felt strange, but also very exciting. Finally, she put on the helmet and looked around. Just then, Lily and Tom came into the living room. They saw Luna wearing the sparkly spacesuit, and they began to laugh. "Look at Luna," Tom said. "She looks like a little astronaut. She looks funny. Is she playing dress up?" Lily chuckled. Luna tried to explain that she was going to space to visit the sun, but they didn't understand cat talk, so all she could do was meow. Lily and Tom thought she was just being playful. They picked her up. "You look so cute, Luna." They gave her a pat on the head. Luna sighed. "Never mind," she thought. "They'll be surprised when she comes back." She was ready to go on her adventure. Chapter 4: The Rocket Ride. Now that she had a spacesuit, she needed a rocket. Luna went to the corner of the living room, where there were some old cardboard boxes and soft pillows. This would be perfect for her rocket. With a little pushing and pulling, she arranged the boxes and pillows into a big tower. She decided it was her new spaceship. She climbed into her ship, imagining buttons and levers around her. She closed her eyes, imagined a countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. and imagined the ship rumbling to life. She wiggled her tail and imagined the ship beginning to shake. She imagined the engines roaring with a loud whoosh. Her little cardboard rocket began to move, or at least in her imagination, it did. Then suddenly, everything went quiet, except for a gentle humming sound. She felt herself moving upwards. When she opened her eyes, she saw her house getting smaller and smaller through her helmet. The cars looked like tiny toys, and the trees looked like small, green brushes. She saw the whole town laid out beneath her, like a picture on a map. The world began to shrink until she could see the whole earth, a blue and green ball beneath her. She was on her way. As she traveled through space in her rocket, she looked around her. She was not alone. She saw her squeaky toy mouse was floating beside her. Her ball was bouncing gently off the walls of the rocket, and her fluffy toy bird was flapping its wings. "Welcome aboard, space travelers," she giggled. She was so happy to have her friends with her. She looked out at the window of her rocket, ready to see more of the universe. She was amazed to see the Earth becoming smaller and smaller. She knew that she was far away from home, but it was so exciting too. Chapter 5: The Moon's Magic. After a long time, Luna's cardboard rocket finally landed gently on a gray, dusty surface. Looking out of her little spaceship window, Luna saw a large, round place covered in big, crater holes. It was the moon. She could see the craters and hills all around her. Luna carefully stepped out of her rocket, her spacesuit boots making little prints in the dust. "Wow," she said. "This place is so amazing." The moon seemed quiet and peaceful, and there were no trees or plants growing anywhere, just gray dust and rocks. Then she saw a small creature hopping towards her. It had long ears, bright eyes, and a fluffy tail. It was a moon rabbit. "Hello," the rabbit said cheerfully. "Welcome to the moon. My name is Hopper." "Hello, Hopper," Luna replied. "My name is Luna, and I'm on my way to the sun." Hopper's ears twitched. "Wow, that's a long way," he said. "But first, let me show you around. Here on the moon, things are a little different." Hopper then explained something called gravity. On Earth, when you jump, you come right back down. But here on the moon, things don't fall quite the same way. Luna jumped up and floated a little before slowly coming back down. "How fun!" she meowed happily. Luna and Hopper played together, floating and jumping on the moon. Luna realized she could hop and float more easily here. The gravity on the moon was not as strong as on Earth. It felt a little like flying. She laughed as her toys bounced higher than ever before, and she chased them as they floated in slow motion. Everything felt so light. She loved the way her tail floated gently behind her. Luna loved her time on the moon. She learned about new things and made a new friend. But she knew she had to continue her mission to finally go to the sun. She said thank you and goodbye to Hopper, promising to visit him again. Then she climbed back into her cardboard box rocket and prepared for the next part of her adventure. Chapter 6: Asteroid Adventure. With a final wave to Hopper, Luna's rocket took off from the moon. She was excited for the next part of her trip. She thought she was headed straight for the sun. But then she saw many other planets and objects. Suddenly, The rocket began to bump and shake. Luna looked out and saw lots of large, floating rocks all around her. She was in an asteroid field. Some of the rocks were small, others were enormous, and they all floated around in different directions. She knew she had to be very careful. She carefully steered her rocket. She imagined that she was controlling the rocket with her paws, moving this way and that as she floated through. Some of the asteroids started to glow. To her surprise, they began to speak. "Hello, little rocket," one big rock said, in a deep, rumbling voice. "Where are you going?" "I'm on my way to the sun," Luna replied. "The sun? That's very far," said another asteroid. "Just like us. We travel all the time in space. We are asteroids. We are big rocks floating in space," explained another glowing rock. Luna was amazed. She had never imagined that rocks could be so friendly, especially rocks that floated in space. She had always thought they were just big, gray, and boring. She learned that space is full of surprises. She wasn't alone in such a big universe. She learned that asteroids were just objects that flew around space, just like her. She felt very happy. Luna talked to the asteroids for a little while, enjoying their company. She learned that space was a very vast and interesting place. She was amazed to find all of these different space travelers. She knew that there were many things she had yet to see. She felt very small in the vastness of space, but she was also very excited. She thanked the asteroids for their help and continued her journey to the sun. Chapter 7. A Visit to Jupiter. After leaving the asteroid field, Luna continued her journey. She looked out her window with amazement when she saw a planet bigger than she had ever imagined. It was the giant planet Jupiter. Jupiter had big orange, yellow, and white stripes and a huge red spot. She had never seen anything like it. As she got closer, she saw that Jupiter had no hard surface. "This is a gas giant," she heard a voice say. Then, she saw what looked like glowing jellyfish floating around the planet. "Hello," one of the jellyfish said. "We are space jellyfish. Jupiter is a giant planet made of gas." Luna was fascinated. "Amazing," she said. "Can I see more of Jupiter?" The space jellyfish agreed and guided her around the giant planet. They showed her how the colors swirled together and made beautiful patterns. She saw the great red spot, a huge storm that had been raging on Jupiter for hundreds of years. "This storm is bigger than Earth," said a jellyfish. Luna was amazed. She learned about gas giants and how Jupiter was made of gas, not land or rock. She watched in wonder as the colorful clouds swirled around the planet. She saw the pretty colors of the gas and the great red spot. It was a beautiful sight, just like a giant painting in the sky. She looked around and wondered how many other unique and amazing things were out there. Luna had many new lessons. She was realizing how much there was to learn about space and the universe. She learned that the universe was full of things that she could have never imagined. She said goodbye to the space jellyfish and thanked them for showing her Jupiter. She continued her journey, more determined than ever to reach the sun. Chapter 8. The Solar System. As Luna continued her journey, Stella, the talking star, appeared again. "Hello, Luna. You have traveled very far, Stella said, twinkling brighter than ever. Hello, Stella. Luna meowed happily. I have seen so many amazing things. Yes, you have, Stella replied. You are traveling through our solar system. The sun is the star at the center. The planets go around the sun, and some of them have moons going around them too. You have visited the Earth, the Moon, and Jupiter. There are many other planets that go around our sun. Stella showed Luna a picture of the solar system. She pointed to Mercury, very close to the sun, then Venus, Earth, where Luna lived, then Mars, Jupiter, where she had been, Saturn with its beautiful rings, Uranus, and Neptune. These are all the planets of our solar system, and the sun is in the middle, holding it all together. Luna listened carefully, learning the names of each planet and their order from the sun. Wow, there are so many, she said. But I am on my way to the sun. Stella smiled gently. Yes, Luna, but the sun is a very, very hot star. It's so hot that even a special spacesuit wouldn't protect you if you got too close. Luna's ears drooped a little. She had journeyed so far. Oh, she said sadly. Stella patted Luna on her head. Don't be sad, Luna. You have done an amazing job to come this far. You have traveled very far, and you've seen so many incredible things, and you've made new friends. You've learned so much about space and the universe, and that is more important than visiting the sun. Can I see all of the planets? Luna asked, her eyes lighting up again. Stella smiled. Of course. She showed Luna amazing pictures of all the planets. Each was unique and beautiful. Luna admired them all. Then, with a final twinkle, Stella gave Luna a scrapbook filled with pictures of her journey. She had pictures of the Earth, the Moon, her friends the moon rabbit, and the asteroids. She had pictures of the planets, too. The pictures were not just normal photos, they were magical, and every time she looked at them, they would move and tell the stories of what happened. Luna's journey was not what she had planned, but it was much more amazing than she could have ever imagined. She had learned new things and made new friends. She was happy to have the scrapbook with all her memories. She knew that even though she couldn't visit the sun, she had seen so much of the universe, and that was a great adventure all on its own. With a happy heart, Luna and her cardboard rocket began their journey back to Earth, ready to tell all her friends of her amazing space adventure.